Every year, a new programming language drops, and the internet goes insane. Rust is the future. Go is going to kill Java. Kotlin is better than everything. But C++, Java, and Python are still everywhere. So are these new languages actually worth learning, or is this just noise? Let's talk about it. Oh, and quickly before we start, I post 3 videos weekly, so subscribe and hit that bell to become a codehead and get notified as soon as I drop. Alright, let's go. Here's what most people miss. No language gets invented for fun, with the sole exception of Holy C, but that's a story for another time. C++ was producing memory bugs that crashed systems, so Rust showed up. Java was so verbose you needed 3 classes just to print Hello World, so Kotlin arrived. Python was too slow for certain back-end workloads, so Go entered the chat. Every new language is a complaint letter about an older one. Once you see it that way, the whole conversation changes. Everybody knows that C++ is powerful, sure, but it will let you corrupt memory and hand you the gun with a smile. Rust fixes that. Memory safety with 0 garbage collector overhead. Same raw speed, none of the foot shooting. And if you still don't believe me, ask Linux. The Linux kernel now accepts Rust contributions. It's true that the compiler might crash sometimes, but that'll be fixed soon, I'm sure. Okay, but what about Go? Google built it to handle massive back-end systems at scale, and it shows. Concurrency in Go is almost embarrassingly simple compared to Java threads. You type Go before a function, and it runs concurrently. That's literally it. Now compare it to Java, and yeah, Go also compiles in seconds, ships as a single binary, so no JVM needed. Uber and Dropbox moved large parts of their infrastructure to Go for exactly this reason. And speaking of Java, we can't forget Kotlin. It runs on the JVM. You can mix it with Java in the same codebase, and Google made it the official Android language back in 2017. The biggest win is null safety. In Java, a null pointer exception is a rite of passage. Kotlin makes you handle nulls at compile time, so that whole class of crash never even reaches your users. And I know what you're thinking. Is it just cleaner Java? Kind of, but anyone who's maintained a Java codebase for a few years knows clean code is not nothing. TypeScript is probably the most successful new language story of the last decade, and it's basically JavaScript with types. But just because of that, TypeScript is able to catch data type bugs before the code ever runs, which was a nightmare in old JavaScript. Oh, and the 2025 Stack Overflow Developer Survey put TypeScript at the 6th most popular programming language of the year, and the #1 new-gen language. And last on the list is Swift. It replaced Objective-C for Apple development, and nobody agreed. Objective-C was a nightmare to work with. Swift is fast, readable, has safety features baked in, and Apple uses it across iOS and macOS now. I know, the limitation is obvious. It's Apple's world. Outside their ecosystem, Swift hasn't built much ground. Now, here's the part people don't want to hear. PyTorch, TensorFlow, NumPy, the tools running most of modern AI, they're all Python, not Go. And most modern enterprise systems that basically run the economy nowadays are built on Java, not Rust. You can't rewrite a 30-year-old banking system in Rust because Rust is exciting. So are modern languages worth it? Yes, but not the way the hype frames it. They aren't replacements, they're specialists. Rust for systems code, where a memory bug means a security incident. Go for back-end services that need to scale without complexity. TypeScript for anything serious on the web. Kotlin for Android. The question was never Rust versus C++. It was always, what problem are you actually solving? Pick the language built for that problem, not the one with the most Twitter drama. The best language is the one your team can ship in fast and still maintain 3 years later. And for a lot of teams, that's still Python. So yeah, we can say that programming was never about the best programming language, but rather the best tool for the job. And if you want to learn programming in the most efficient way, you need to stop alt-tabbing between the tutorial and your IDE. And thankfully, Scrimba, the sponsor of today's video, has fixed that problem for you. Scrimba created the world's first interactive tutorials, scrims. Scrims are basically video tutorials where you can pause and edit the code directly inside so you can fiddle with it and understand why the instructor coded things that way. Another cool thing about Scrimba is that they offer structured learning paths so you can focus only on what's important for your career, whether you want to become a back-end wizard, an AI megamind, a full-stack Chad, or God forbid, a front-end dev. Scrimba's got you covered. They also offer a ton of projects and courses covering important topics like accessible web design, MCP, and cybersecurity. So what are you waiting for? Go touch some scrims using my link in the description and get 20% off their pro plan. So hey, why not choose the annual plan for even bigger savings?